Hey, Dr. Dave here. It's the end of my day. I just finished seeing patients not too long ago, and I like coming up to the front desk at the end of the shift. Staff is gone, and I'm the only one here, and I get to kind of reflect on my day and think about what happened today, some of the conversations I've had, what kind of questions I was asked, review some of the questions I may have written down to get back to patients regarding, and just kind of look at the highlights of my day, and again, just reflect on what happened for my day. And I get a lot of questions throughout the day. Every day for the last 17 years. I've gotten lots of questions in practice, email, now social media, people have questions, whatever. And I try my best to get back to them. But, I get, I mean, there's common themes like how do I get more energy, how do I improve my posture, how do I lose weight, how do I improve my sleep, how can chiropractic help me, you practice this technique called Gonstead, how does that differ from other techniques, my wife is struggling or my husband is struggling with this, and this. What can I do for them? What can they take? What natural things can they do for this? And, the conversation seems to come always back to this concept that I want people to get, that health comes from the inside out. You understand that? Like, health comes from the inside out. Health is not necessarily an external, outside-in phenomenon. It's something that we have to live and do to create. Because a lot of questions I get about symptoms, pain, discomforts, sleep, allergies, sinus problems, migraines, a lot has to do with looking at people's lifestyles and how they're living. And so there's this theme that just stuck in my head today about that just keep coming back, and it's that saying that how you live determines how you live. How you live in your day, in your life, determines the outward expression, a lot of the degree of how you live. And it will also determine how you live in the future down the road. Because the bottom line is the decisions we made yesterday, a week ago, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, depending how old you are, or longer, have influenced where we are today. And which means that the decisions we make 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, tomorrow, a week, a month from now, are going to determine as well our future and how our health and our life unfold for us. So we have an influence, an effect of how things will unfold. There are no guarantees, but you can improve your status and batting average, so to speak, of how we do with things and our outcomes by how we live and the decisions we make. So choose them wisely. That's the underlying theme too. Choose them wisely. You get to make decisions every day. What you put in your body, what you put on your body, what you do to your body, how you think. And those are some of where the solutions lie for people. When I ask them about their lifestyle, a lot of times the solution is how they're living and just tweaking that a little bit or eliminating things or adding something into it. Because the sidekick to how you live determines how you live. The sidekick to that is there is no magic bullet. There is no one magic bullet for you to do to create this outcome of health for yourself. It's a lifestyle. It's a way of living. And there's 3 major categories to look at in our lifestyle, 3 areas. And there are many, but I'll give you 3 just to start you off with, to give you some idea of to take inventory of what you're doing in your day and your life so you can improve these things. All right, and so there's our nutritional life, what we put into our body, right? Because that's important, how we nourish ourselves. Because food is fuel. Food is fuel for our body. Food is the raw materials our body utilizes in order to create, drive the biochemical systems, feed our body, create those neurotransmitters in the brain, create a hormonal system. Those are the building blocks for biochemical balance, biochemical harmony, nourishment, for proper body function on a biochemical level. You wouldn't put water in your gas tank because that's not what's going to make your car run. So why are you putting crap and processed stuff and junk in your body that's not nourishing and expect your body to run? Right? So you got to figure out, what are you putting in your body? Your nutritional life is important. Are you not drinking enough water? You need to drink half of your body weight in ounces in water. Not tea, not coffee, not soda, water. And if you don't like water, too bad. Learn to like it. Squeeze a lemon in it. Squeeze an orange in it. Sometimes we have doTERRA essential oils here. You take a drop or two of lemon, put it in there. It's extremely flavorful, refreshing. And you have to hydrate yourself. Your body requires it. So are you dehydrated? That's important. Processed foods. I say, you need to eat things from a plant, not made in a plant. The more processed junk you put in your body, the more ingredients on the box, the more stuff processed, there's not enough nourishment in there. So you have to figure out, how do I eat plant-based foods? How do I incorporate plant-based foods into my diet? How do I add nourishment? So fruits, vegetables, beans, nut seeds, whole grains, some fish, lean meats. I do not advocate cow milk or dairy products. When I do nutritional consulting, I take that out of people's diets. And the most question I get, and you probably have, is why? I love it. I can't give it up. Cheese, yogurt, milk chocolate, baked goods, sour cream, butter, whatever's cow milk's in, I eliminate it, take it out. And there's a whole reason why, and that's a whole other workshop and lecture. But that's an inflammatory food. We do not need it. It is not necessary for us. Whether you like it or not is a totally different story. But our bodies do not need cow milk as nourishment. So, processed foods. Are you having too much alcohol? Too much caffeine? Are you putting too many chemicals in your body? Because nutritional health and biochemical health are things you put on or in your body. All right, so you have to look at what you're doing. Clean it up. That's the bottom line. You got to clean up your diet. That's where energy comes from. You want more energy? Eat better. Eat cleaner. Take away the processed foods. Get rid of the Red Bull. Get rid of the I need coffee to function. You don't need coffee to function. You just train your body that way because that's what you've done. All right, so that's another conversation for another day. So, you got to clean up your diet. So, nutritional life is important. You have to manage your life on a nutritional level better. Plant-based eating. Right? That doesn't mean you're a vegan or a vegetarian. It means you're incorporating plant-based foods, real foods, live foods, mostly into your day. The next thing is your emotional health. We have to really pay attention to what we're putting in our head. What we're watching, what we're reading, what we're listening to is going to affect our emotional state. It's also going to shape our belief systems, which our belief systems are going to eventually lead to choices, and those choices have outcomes. So you have to pay attention to who you're hanging around with, what are you reading, what are you listening to, because that's going to affect your emotional state, your emotional life. The second is your self-talk. The joke is, and it's not a joke, if you talked to other people and say to other people the things you say to yourself, they probably wouldn't want to talk to you. We fill our head with so much stress and so much worry and so much guilt and so much what ifs and I should haves and living in the past and creating so much emotional stress. Do you understand that brain stress is body stress? That what you focus on, you bring about. What you focus on gets bigger. Your fears and your worries. we have to learn to manage our emotional state, our psychological life. And so, brain stress. I can't get enough of brain stress. Where the brain goes, the body follows. How do we know this? You could sit in a room with a chair and nothing in it except you and yourself and your thoughts. And you could sit in that chair and you could think about a lion coming in there and mauling you, or all the negative things in your life, all your past stresses, and put yourself in a state of depression, anxiety, fear, just by the way you think. And 10 minutes later, you can change and flip-flop the way you think and think about the things you're grateful for, people that you appreciate in your life, things that you love about certain things and people, and totally shift your way of thinking. And that's going to create a different physiology in your body. When you're thinking about negative stuff and things that have happened to you and victimhood, and you're in this state of fear and concern and worry and depression, well, where do you think your body happens there? It creates a different brain chemistry. You can flip-flop that, and now you're thinking about things that you love, things that you're appreciative of. You know, doing a visualization, saying an affirmation, those are ways to improve your positive mental attitude. Improving your self-esteem. Just watch the conversation you're having with yourself. Change the conversation in your head. Watch what you're saying to yourself. There's brain retraining to get your thoughts to be in a different way, to shift your thinking. Because your brain place, the space between your ears, the 6 inches between your ears, is vital to how you manage your day. What kind of stresses are in your life? What kind of stresses your body is under? And those stresses force you to act a certain way, behave a certain way. What if you can cut those stresses in your life by 50% tomorrow? How would that affect your life? How would that affect your brain? How would that affect your body and your health? It would be huge for a lot of you. So you have to start looking at your nutritional life. You have to start looking at your emotional life and what you're putting into your head and change your headspace. That's a whole other set of classes and workshops. These are just overviews and oversights and ideas to get you to start thinking and being aware of certain things. And now there's your physical life. What are you doing physically to yourself? You need to move and exercise to some degree. We just have to do it. You don't have to join a gym. You don't have to be doing intense CrossFit. You don't have to be doing these intense workouts, but you do need to be doing something. You have to start somewhere. And some people, it's starting to do jumping jacks in your house or wherever you are. It's something simple, but you have to get your heart rate up. You have to get moving. You have to get that anaerobic and aerobic exercises going to strengthen tone and have the benefits of exercise. It improves your mood. It strengthens your body. It increases circulation. It just puts you in a better state. So find out what you need to do. There's things you can do at home, in your own home, that are easy. That there's apps. There's stuff on TV. There's videos. There's all kinds of stuff. There's no excuses, only excuses. And so, the other thing, I'm a chiropractor. I think getting adjusted is essential to someone's life. It is vital, in my opinion. Why? Because if you understand the essence of an adjustment, if you understand the essence of what a chiropractic adjustment does for you, it is not about pain. It's not about neck or back pain. It's about improving your nervous system function, how your brain communicates to your body. Why? Because your spine, your central nervous system, your brain and spinal cord are literally your lifeline. Communication information highway is your central nervous system, your brain and spinal cord. Information comes from your brain, down your body, out to every single organ. How do you think your heart knows what to do, or the digestive system what to do? Or, my arms are moving as I'm talking. I'm Italian. You probably don't see that as I'm doing things in the background here. You might see my shoulders moving. But, I'm doing all kinds of hand gestures. So, I'm not telling my arms to move and what muscles to activate. They just know, they're just doing it. And so your brain is telling your body what to do, when to do it, milliseconds, unconscious, conscious behavior. All right, and we just don't know the essence and the importance of this nervous system, of this spine. And so the physical things that happen to us, our birthing process, are we C-section delivery, are we vacuum extraction, are we forceps delivery, was there too much pull and rotation during the delivery process, during birthing, to create the first stress to the spine. When you started to learn to walk as a little one, how many times did you fall on your butt, hit your head, roll off a bed, fall off a changing station? Who knows? You see parents carry their kids and pull them up by their arms, and that's stressful to the spine. Then you start to you're younger and you challenge things, like you think you're Batman or Superman if you're a little boy, and you want to jump and see if you could fly and see how many steps you could jump off of without hurting yourself. And you learn to maybe ride a bike and fall, and learn to ride a skateboard and fall, or roller skating and fall, or whatever it is. You put play fight and put each other in headlocks, and whatever we do as little ones, all that stresses get placed upon our body that affects our skeletal, neuromuscular skeletal system. And then our postures. And now today we're all looking down, or we texting and reading, and we our computer stations. Are you trapping a phone between your shoulder and your ear? Right? There's all these things we do physically to ourselves, but that can affect the alignment of the spine and put stress on the spine. And when that spine misaligns and creates stress, it'll create actually distortion in the nervous system and how the brain communicates to the body. So on a global level, these physical things create stress and misalignment to the spine, which create distortion in our nervous system, stress in our muscles, tension in our ligaments, and it creates this misalignment of things, and it starts to break down our skeletal system, which will have this effect, and eventually affect the nervous system. So chiropractic is about restoring removing the stress in the spine to improve how your brain communicates to your body, but it'll have local effects as far as improved pain, neck pain, back pain, etc., headaches, and whatnot. It can have those positive effects. It can help your mood. It can help make you function better, think better, get rid of cobwebs in your head just by getting adjusted. So, listen, there's so much to talk about here, and I actually went longer. I wanted this to be a 5-minute video. It's now a 18-minute video, maybe a few minutes longer than that. I hope you hung in there. But what I want you to do is the concepts, and to start to realize health comes from the inside out. It's created. You have to create it by how you live. How you live now is going to determine how you live later. And you are the only one that can make these changes. You have to look at how you're nourishing yourself, improve it, clean it up, stop making excuses. All right? They're only excuses. You could do it. You can make changes. I know you can, and you know you can. And you know in some cases you have to. If any of you are on medicine, taking medications, multiple medications, have health issues, that's a sign you need to make changes in your life because you're heading down a bad path. Emotional stress, get your headspace in the right place. Start to pay attention to what you're thinking. What are you looking at? What are you watching? What are you putting in your head? How much time are you watching social media? Watching social media, reading social media, on social media. You got to make time for positive things that you're going to put into your head intentionally. You don't need to be on Facebook reading about everyone's life in detail all the time. There's things you can listen to that are more important than those other things. And then get your physical life in shape. Start doing some exercise. Start strengthening. Start moving. I don't care if you start walking around the block now that the weather's getting nicer. Look into chiropractic care. It's vital. I know I'm biased. I'm a chiropractor, but I will tell you from the thousands of people I've taken care of over the years, I have seen transformational things happen by people just getting adjusted. So I hope you find this useful. I hope you listen through the whole way through. Sorry this was a little long. as I learn to do these, hopefully I can make these a little shorter, to the point. And I know people are busy; they don't have 20 minutes to sit here and watch a video, but the information can change your life. So thanks for listening. If I can help you in any way, let me know. Have a great day. Make it a great one. Only you can. Create a positive, wonderful life. Talk to you soon.